Hi, it's Pastor Paul Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Fantastic Friday. We're almost at the end of the week. God has blessed us and has kept us thus far. Let's continue to pray for all of our brothers and sisters in the world. We especially want to pause and take a moment to pray for those who have meant so much to us all. I failed to mention it on the other day, but we just can't help but thank God for a wonderful American, a wonderful African-American, Vernon Jordan, and for the wonderful strides that he did by bringing about racial equality and striving for justice, for freedom and liberties for all. So we thank God for him, and we thank God for his life and his legacy. And we thank you for thinking about the wonderful ways he has done so much for us. Now let's pass it on to someone else. Look with me into God's word today out of Psalm 19, a very powerful psalm. This is a psalm from the choir director, David. You know, David was a man that was after God's own heart. David was a guy who started out as a child being a musician. Remember, he would play his harp, he would play his flute, he would play all those instruments while he was with the sheep. I think that was just a rehearsal for when he got a chance to play before the king. It was then that he played music that soothed the king's heart and caused him not to be enraged. You know, this is a very powerful passage for all of us because it lets us see that, first of all, God's glory is proclaimed throughout the heavens. It lets us see in this text that God's glory is so vast, so powerful, so real that it's almost like music. You know, whenever you see the sun, whenever you look at the skies, whenever you look at the trees, you just can't help but feel like God is singing a melody through and by his creations. The text lets us see, because it lets us see and how the sun bursts forth in its radiant heat and all the beauty that comes out of the glory of God. Now, I don't know about you, but now we're in this day and this time that we're approaching spring. We're in warmer weather. The days are getting longer. Daylight is here a lot longer. You can't help but see the glorious beauty of the Lord. Look at how the trees are now budding. I don't know about you, but my daffodils are up in my yard, and that lets me know spring is coming. And whenever you and I know the spring is coming, we should spring forth the praises of God who created us. This psalm is a psalm that talks about how God's glory springs forth and bursts out of all of his creations. Today, why don't you let God's glory spring and burst forth from your words, your life, your actions, and your deeds, as well as I'm going to do my best to make sure it does in mine. God bless you. We'll see you on tomorrow, and may heaven keep you until we meet again.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.